Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Ever since the creation of Amotekun, there was a lot of joy in Southwest because of the fact that Nigerians have been looking forward to the community policing. I guess the Amotekun is one of the example test run of what regional community policing looks like, regional security outfit looks like. And lots of regions have been looking at Amotekun in 3D. A lot of Nigerians have the opinion that Amotekun should have been allowed to have everything they require as a security outfit. But right now, what is brewing in Amotekun is a cause for concern as a scandal of 29 million naira is at stake here and is dividing Amotekun in pieces. Nigerians are wondering how will this continue. In a moment, you're going to find out what transpired and what is the way forward and what they have threatened to do. Before we go to the newspaper, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please go ahead, click on it on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. All right, the Southwestern Nigerian Security Network, popularly known as Amotekun in Osun State, has been engulfed in crisis as local hunters pulled out of the security outfit, alleging financial impropriety. Noreen Haman, the state coordinator of the hunters on the platform of Hunters Group of Nigeria, addressed newsmen in Oshogbo. Ahmed said its members jointly agreed they were shortchanged to the tune of 29 million naira by Osun Amotekun leadership during and after last year's lockdown in the state. While demanding for the outstanding balance, he said the group is committed to ensuring adequate security of lives and property of the state, but cannot operate under the present leadership of Amotekun in the state. We are unequivocally committed to working with other security agencies to protect the state against criminals. We swore an oath to do that, but we cannot work with Amotekun to achieve those objectives. During the lockdown that was necessitated by COVID pandemic and the NSAS protests, we mounted several border patrol as well as maintain peace across the state. Eventually, the state government released 44 million naira to pay our personnel for the services as Amotekun ad hoc staff, but we only got 15 million naira. The then leader still within the president. We said the then leader is still within the present leadership, and we cannot trust the leadership to work towards the same objective with us because they are not under traditional oath as us, he said. Effort to get a reaction of Amotekun Corps commandant in the state, Brigadier General Bashir Adewumi, proved abortive. He neither picks calls to his phone line nor responded to a text message sent to him on the incident. Now, this is appalling. This is shameful. This is, permit me to use the word, disgusting. Amotekun was even created. Now, this is not President Muhammad Buhari's fault, is it? And this has nothing to even do with the government of the day saying they actually siphoned. The money was released, right? So I've now seen that Nigeria is on auto system of looting. It's now a system error that for it to be corrected, it needs to begin with you and I. It's not something that you say, yes, the head will correct, but even if the president wants to do something about it, the system itself is almost on autopilot, on rerun, on crimes, on corruption. Now you can imagine these guys in fact they're the real deal. They're the guys who stake their life. They go out there trying to protect lives and property, and the state government released 44 million, and you could only give them 15. It is now a norm in Nigeria, and it is not nice. Now, if they say, okay, now look at what they said that caught my attention. They are under oath, meaning they will defile this, let this and this happen to us. But those in the office, are they under oath? I realize, unfortunately, in Nigeria, when you tell people to swear by God, they will hold and they will swear. They're not scared. But when you tell them to swear by Shongo or tell them to swear by Amotekun, you see them to be stop pedaling. They can dilly dally, they can be, running around not mentioning those words because they are scared that those gods will strike them immediately as soon as they swear those oaths. Unfortunately, we are quite a religious people. Now, these guys have sworn oath, they're doing their job. If they've given them 44M, there should have been some sort of modalities. And maybe, just personal opinion now, for them to be on the same page, because this is too early for it to tear down Amotekun. Because if this continues, there's going to definitely be an infiltration at some point. Because if money is the problem and they find out that you're not paying them as at when due, they can just decide to keep quiet and allow these invaders to invade just a little. When they invade a little, you will know their importance, and at the end of the day, you bring them in. But this time around, they even double the price. Now, this is the fear. By the time vigilantes start, getting paid, if they demand for more pay, and you don't give them, they generally allow problems to brew and ferment. You will call them and pay them triple of the amount. Now that's the problem, the price you pay when there's insecurity issues and you are employing the services of vigilantes, especially the ones who are very crude. Now they give them 44M. They found that they were probably okay with the 15M. 15 million, but eventually they found out it was beyond 15 but 44, they got really vexed. Why would you take all the money? We're in the field. There should be some sort of ratio and the communication line. There should be a communication line carrying them along per time. Okay, letting them understand also there's what we call logistics. Okay, everything doesn't have to enter your pocket, but 29 million is quite a huge one. You have to explain how that whole money went. That's true. And the fact that if you want to get them full percent, 100% attention, then maybe if they believe in oath sharing or oath taking, then every member of Amotekun should take oaths so that it can be binding. So that when you are trying to steal, or you feel or you fear that Amotekun or Ogun or Shongo will strike you, you'll be a bit more careful. And maybe you either take your chances, either you leave or you go off. So these cracks is rather too early, and to think that it's hedged on monetary issues, this is really not nice. And if they don't seal up these cracks on time, I'm afraid that's the crack that may be used against the security situation. I think at this stage, the stakeholders need to come into a roundtable discussion, and that money investigated, and the rightful people be paid as at when due. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section, please, for to take. Do have